back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, here in Curthus, where we are looking for Cid's airship. However, the Ishgardians are rather uncooperative. Battle of Horsefront seems to be nice. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House 4 Toms included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shan't be sending missives to the various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you had to make inquiries of your own. The Lenin of my own House 4 Toms who resides here in Camp Dragonhead rather enjoys the company of travelers. There's also Crevelin of House Helenard, who can be found at Skyfire logs, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to pass. Have you spoken with a chief astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortoms. Do not concern yourself with House Desmael. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned and return to me when you've finished. Why, hello, good sir. What's that, an airship, you say? I hate to disappoint, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortoms does, for if I did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francil. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Helenard have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. Alone grant me strength. There must be some way to... who are you? A friend of Lord Horsefront. I want to help you, truly do. But these accusations of heresy have thrown our Helenard into chaos. Right now we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. I gather you've been busy since last we spoke. Lord Horsefront's missive was positively glowing, but if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policy, then you're sorely mistaken. We are at war, sir, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. While in the short time since Inquisitor Guilherme arrived in Curthus, countless heretics have been discovered, even among the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Horsefront wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. So nobody can tell us anything about the airship, or willing, yeah. As Lord Horsefront said. But we learned that apparently since the Inquisitor showed up, there have been a lot more heretics found. So either the Inquisitor is good at his job, or someone is framing people. By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use? And now that I have here, it seems the whole of Curthus is consumed by this talk of heretics in my houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard proper, provide more pertinent information. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francil, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I've received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north toward the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by the Dravanian horde, so I'm not certain what he intends to accomplish with such small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francil's party requires assistance. Now, sometimes there's a fate here, an Ishgardian engineer. You have to escort up to the Steel Vigil. And up here is then a second fate, depending whether or not you succeeded at the escort quest, where you fight a major dragon up here. This is one of those that you cannot beat with 1 or 2 players. Well, maybe with 2 if you're very careful. But you probably should have a proper group with a healer and everything in it to actually defeat Swava, the dragon, and get an achievement for it. It's not safe here, you must flee. So fast, so strong. We were no match. Who goes where? Wild? No, stay back. The fiend's still here. Grand Axe. Now 8 Knights. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Helena if we cannot even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did, sir. House Helena will remember your kindness. I heard the beast's cries from over yonder. But Lord Francil is safe? Bless you, sir. Bless you. Curse those fiends. As though they knew we were coming. Well, considering Lord Francil seems to be being framed with heresy, it would be in the interest of whoever is doing this to not give him a chance, right? It was a foolish thing to do, I know, but I had hoped to demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin. As I said, when you want to properly frame him, you can't allow him to show his innocence by action. Moreover, it was House Helena that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We've been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy. Despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the punishment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. Oh, Ogres. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Ah, I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have no news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It's become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francil at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a man who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear given the zeal with which Inquisitor Galem has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francil's name, and by association, yours. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francil's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of a draconian rosary in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. So, it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Francil. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here's what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickeman. He works closely with porters who ferry goods across Corvus, so he may have some inkling of who could be responsible. Someone tampering with the shipments. Fury strike me down when the rosaries found on our people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lad. I'm a House Hellenat man through and through. And this heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I ain't saying the porters what were bringing the shipments did it though. I know most of them would work the trade routes, and if I've never had cause to question their faith. But if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, almost every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it... Huh? Could have been the fellas who were responsible for the inspections. Guardian Knights and Inquisitors, a lot of them. As if they'd ever turn their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragonhead from Rightbin Front this eve. You might consider having a word with them. Beg your pardon, you suspect that reporters have been planting draconian rosaries in House Hellenat's shipments? What on earth? If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find. House Hellenat parcel. And a rosary. And a second rosary in House Hellenat parcels. And none in House Desmail. Nothing new to say? Okay. Are we finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology. But that's impossible. Once the knights at Whitewing Front concluded the inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would have never allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Horshefront. I will not be held accountable for this. Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. But more importantly, what did Rickeman have to say? More draconian rosaries? In every single parcel bound for Skyfire Locks? That beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Hellenat's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And I praise alone that he did. Lord Francil's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we are to clear his name. From the first, I knew it could not have been that so many members of House Hellenats were heretics. At last, we can give a lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have to bear I would have you bear my word to Inquisitor Bridgie. Tell her that House Fortons asks, nay, demands, that Lord Francil's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been conducted. What is it, my child? Lord Orchefant would have the Inquisitors do what? But that's not possible. Inquisitor Guilhem presides over Lord Francil's trial at Witchdrop even as we speak. Fear not. If Lord Francil is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Haloni's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. Witchdrop, right? You can think what kind of trial that is. We have taken Lord Francil to Witchdrop? This is madness. The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. Wilt, I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings until such time that I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Guilhem in person. I will endeavor to not keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Francil alive. Hey Wilt, as you can see, Lord Francil yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor. But if his guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. Jocelyn Chalmont Francil de Halenat, you stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Duranians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service to the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for her alone to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff, and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their path in. The righteous shall take their place in Aloni's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their draken form, be put to the sword. In the name of House Phantoms, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Orchefant. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests that the charges against Lord Francil are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as a full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Orchefant has allowed his personal relationship with the accursed to cloud his judgment. That you should harbor personal doubts I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of an Inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Orchefant arrives, Wilt. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Your shield bears no sigil, sir. Do you serve a Holy See or one of the high houses? I serve a higher power. Look, Lord Orschifant has come. In the name of Horse Photons, I demand that you lay down your arms. Ishgardian scum, today you shall answer for your sins. For this deed, do you disgrace your line, Lord Orschifant? A wyvern? A wyvern? Are there no reports of Dravanian activity? You would call upon your allies to save you? At last your treachery is laid bare. Invulnerable, you can't hurt the wyvern. Come back here! This will not be forgotten. Pick up the rosary. And the wyvern fleece. It's not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. But this trial, like many others I fear, have been orchestrated by enemies of Horse Halenat. They have used you and their fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The imaginings of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? I found this on one of your knights. By the fury, a draconian rosary? When the knight who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the wyvern. A heretic in the ranks of the temple knights. This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Orschifant. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francil, pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of that which brought you to Calfarsfield. Pray locate your errant airship and use it. Lord Orschifant, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard and too devout to question your sentence. Had you been any slower, you'd have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem Horse Halenat. Praise alone it did not come to that, but it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Does quit this place, weird? Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. You look well, Wit. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior? Were it not for you, Lord Francil would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Photons and House Halenat shall never forget your service. Now, let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. The man with knowledge of enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. How quickly the commoner's opinion changes. They said Lord Francil is innocent now, or just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Curva several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatory during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the stone vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Horshfront is, from all inclination, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. I'd hope they changed that. Originally, he sent you, I couldn't clearly remember, only that it's somewhere northwest, and you have to go to the observatorium to get his catalog, so he can calculate where exactly it is, and then he tells you the same thing. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by the decree of House Durandam. I will write a letter to Lord Drillmont of Rightman Front, and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I should suggest that you request Lord Francil to do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragongate is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Wield. May Halona guide you. Wonderful to see you again, Wield. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Helenat. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, House Durandam instead has been charged with a duty. Given that, I doubt my word will carry much weight with Lord Drillmont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Helenat have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us. And toward you now as well. Okay, but I think I start right in front next time, because it's not just simple handing him the letter. He says, okay, go on, and that's it, right? No. Anyway, until next time then. I am Ace, and don't get lost.